What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Monday, February 9th, 2026, day after the Super Bowl. That was quite the beating the Seahawks put on the Patriots, but I digress because I got my brother here, and I'm going to introduce y'all to him. His name is Al High. That's how you say it.
That's good. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, now,
Yes, sir.
Al High. I met this brother last year as a part of the BS3 network. Our mutual friend Ben Southern took us to the Super Bowl along with another cat. It was four of us there in New Orleans. What a time that was. We will recap on that. And listen,
Yeah.
a lot of things have transpired since that Super Bowl run from last February to now
Yes, sir.
this February. As
Yes,
you
sir.
guys know me, my name is Christopher Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. So, without any further ado, my brother Al, welcome to the podcast, baby.
Brother, Chris, I appreciate this, man. This is a long time coming. All the
It has
technical
been.
difficulties, man. We we
Hmm.
we finally got it. We got it rolling right now, man. So we in the building, man. So I'm excited to talk to you, man, and pick your brain. This is not an interview. This is a conversation. So we're gonna have
Yes, it
the
is.
conversation. So I'm ready to
We
roll.
we gonna have it, and listen, we're gonna start off by talking about last year because we got a
Yeah.
lot to catch up on, right? And
Yeah.
listen, we
Yeah.
we met each other last year on opening night of the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
Now, I want you to give me your perspective of last year opening night when we was in New Orleans, when you was in New Orleans. What did you take away from that experience, and not just opening night, but your entire time being there at the Super Bowl?
It took me a while to really digest because I just thought that it was trying to figure out how to explain it. I didn't really understand the magnitude of
Hmm.
the moment of the week,
Hmm.
man. I didn't really understand it probably till like April or May of 2025.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
so it's crazy because when I got on the plane, there's a famous rapper. He's nationally world renowned, Tech Nine. And I
Yep.
grew up listening to Tech Nine growing up. And for me to be on the same flight with him, talk to him, then interview him at the Super Bowl the first night, and he remembered the tape our group BS3 from the year before because he sat with Ben and Ivan and they interviewed Tech Nine. I think when they
Right.
were in Vegas. So
Right.
that and then to see most of the people that you grew up watching opening night right in front of your eyes,
Hmm.
going to the pressers and just Radio Row. You turn your head, you see Juvenile. You go over here to your right, you see Cam Newton. You
Hmm.
look ahead, you see Deion Sanders. And you go in the corner, you see Pat McAfee. You see Stephen A. You see Dan Marino. You see all these people.
No
It's like
doubt.
a big sports convention for football, man.
It is.
And I was like a kid. I'm like, man, I'm really in this atmosphere of these people, and I didn't realize how big it was, man. I was just listening because I'm more the basketball head. Like I'm big college hoops guy, like
For
men's and
sure.
women's college hoops. That's one of my favorite sports.
For sure.
And and then my team is the Chiefs. That's like
Mm.
one of my teams. So growing living in the Kansas City area, my first Super Bowl was covering the team that I watched, you know, get in there and dominate. And then when
Hmm.
they lost the Super Bowl, I told folks, I said the dynasty is over.
Yeah.
Oh no, Al, no. And I said, I'm on the plane watching. I got people, and then my family's from down there, so it was a blessing to go see my grandmother, who's
Hmm.
almost 90. So I went like that weekend to go see my grandmother, and my aunt, and just hung out with them, and two of my a couple of my other relatives and best friends. So just hanging out with them, being in the booth, just seeing them, and got some good food to eat, man, and came back, flew back in Sunday, watching the game on the plane. I'm just bored. I'm like, what Pat gonna do?
Hmm.
This ain't. And I got a friend. We told you the Eagles gonna win. I said you bandwagoner. I said you just bad to say say they're the playoffs, man. But
Right.
but
Right.
but it's okay though. It's okay. It's all good. I got you. But the experience of that, man, leaving, looking back at pictures now and video, man, and trying to piece it together as a story. It's just, it's one of them things like, man, I was talking about it during the pandemic in
Right.
2020, 2021,
Right.
and then to watch the journey for myself, start off going to JUCOs, colleges for pictures, going to Division I school out here called Kansas City the Kangaroos, UMKC,
Right.
we call it.
Right.
Going to Big 12 Media Day for football, going to go cover, then getting uh, being able to get coverage of Big 12 college basketball and building. Then I started doing AAU basketball stuff, man. It's been a phenomenal journey, and then it just made me reflect and say, God, I thank you because this is something that I wanted to do when I'm living the dream that I wanted when I was 8, 9 years old,
Right.
being a sports photographer. Going to eighth grade, playing with a camera, so like, man, I would love to be a sports photographer. And
Right.
now going to different events, sitting on the sidelines, taking pictures, man, and like I got about 12,000 photos, man, of different stuff, man, and just like, man, in 3 years to do this, and I still feel like it's yesterday that I was covering that Super Bowl, man. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely, though. I listen, man, I'm gonna tell you this for me.
mm,
So when Ben told me that we got the credentials, first of all,
hmm
I thought he was playing. I was like, yo, I couldn't be, I thought it was so surreal because I'm like,
hmm
when he got the credentials to go to the Super Bowl, I'm thinking, man, all right, you know what? This is actually gonna happen. Like I'm actually gonna get on a plane. I'm actually going to go to the Super Bowl and do radio row. And
hmm
my thing was when I first got to opening night, I was so amazed with how many media people was there. Number one,
yeah, yeah.
6,000 plus media people there. Then some of these cats that was on the media had been on my podcast already.
Wow, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So so I'm running into him like, yo, what's up? What's going on? Like I ran into
hmm
a Kendall Venezuela. She was been on my
Yeah,
podcast. I ran into a Sarah Spain, who is
okay.
big time with ESPN.
SPN,
I
yeah,
ran into a couple other cats, Steve Weiss, who was the
yeah.
first one, the very first episode on my podcast. So just running into different
Wow.
people on my
Come on, man.
podcast, passing out cards and doing that, that was crazy
Yeah,
being able
yeah.
to talk to Adam Schefter, being able to talk to his daughter, being able to interview some of the players at opening
Yeah.
night. And
hmm
and the photos we were getting. My thing was I was just so amazed by just how much media and how much fanfare and how big this spectacle really is. And not
Yep.
only that, going to a new city, bro. I had never been
Okay.
to New Orleans.
Oh man.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
Never had been to New Orleans in my life. I ended up getting a hotel that was by the stadium, so it was cool. Um, and the fact that I was there, the fact that they had the media party. You remember the media party that they had on
Oh,
that
that was laid
Tuesday
out.
night?
Yeah, that
Boy,
was nice, man. Look, I felt like I was at Mardi Gras again, man. Look, it brought back memories.
hello. I'm trying to tell
Yeah.
you, had Master P
Yeah.
there, had all kinds of
Yep.
food there. They had
hmm
nothing but you remember the bowls? You would go to different stations and get the bowls and
Yeah.
try the
Boy, I
food.
got. Yeah, man. Man. Oh man,
You know,
it was so good. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So my thing was to just be able to do that, and not only that, but you talked about it, the pressers, going to some of those interviews with Kendrick Lamar and some of the music groups,
hmm
talking to some
hmm
of the players and the coaches, the radio role with Cam Newton, Shador Sanders.
hmm
I ran into Mad Dog Russo. Him and
Yeah.
I told him, me and you, we got the same name, buddy. I'm Chris,
Yeah.
you Chris. He's like, yeah, took a picture with him. I mean, it was
Man.
just so many different people, man, that I was just shocked. I was in awe.
Yeah.
Like, like just a kid in a candy store with that. And it was such a
hmm
blessing to be able to go there. And obviously, I definitely want to go back at some point to be able to do that
Yeah.
again. I
Yeah.
wanna ask you this question though, Al, and that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? You know, you talked about sports photography. Did you have any role models, any inspirations maybe growing up? But ultimately, what led you into wanting to do sports photography?
To officially get into it, man. So, um, make a long story short, I went to Bible college in 2016. Um, Started out Bible college, then went to got my master's and my doctorate. I didn't want to just do no basic show podcast. I want to do something with sports and then bring people like a quick Bible study reference to God. And so I started a podcast called The Casual Highlight on the BS3 network back in 2019. So I
Right.
did around 75 different episodes over a span of 2019 to 2024. In and out. My first episode was like 2.5, 3 hours in my closet in my apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and with the choo choo train going around in the background in the closet trying to keep the noise down.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
But and I'm like, man, I want to do. So then the pandemic took place, man. We had a
Yeah,
pandemic in 2020, and I
we
was
did.
and I was at the stadium in at the T-Mobile Center in downtown Kansas City
Mm-hmm.
watching Iowa State play Oklahoma State, and I was also watching that was the last year of Tyrese Halliburton, but he was already injured. He was out for the year. That
Right.
was a Tyrese Halliburton Iowa State team. And then I watched K State and I think it was TCU,
Okay.
and I saw this sign in there that said the media members go this way. And I'm thinking to myself, one day I'm gonna be down on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
down in the presser, taking pictures and being a journalist. I don't know how I'm gonna do this way, but COVID gave me a time to reset, to think about things, and I said, man, I would love to do photography work, man, with sports people and not really talk much, but just take the picture and talk about the picture of what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got the research, and I was telling people, man, I'm interested in doing sports photography, man. I'm thinking I could just walk up and go down there and take photos. They said, like, I went to an LSU basketball game a year later, men's basketball game. I'm thinking, I got my camera. Yeah, I came to take pictures. How do we get downstairs? No, you can't bring that in. You got to get permission. I'm like, oh, okay. Got to get
Okay.
access and credentials. I said, okay.
Right.
So I
Right.
began strategizing with Ben. Excuse me, talked to a couple other people in Houston. A guy named AJ Jones, who has the show called The Lunch Break with us as well with BS3 Network. Started asking
Absolutely.
him some questions, and he gave me some really good advice that I stick with till today, man. He said, don't. He said, start with the high school, start with the colleges, man, the JUCOs, man. Don't forget about those high school kids, man, and they got a story, the small schools. So
Mm-hmm.
I started networking, reaching out, started my I had an unofficial gig in Atlanta in 2022 in the summer of 2022, and I was just walking around Atlanta. I was at a conference, and this I saw people in Centennial Park taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, lady with a big old fro. This is on my personal page, but I still keep in touch with her from now and then, every now and then. And I took some pictures of her, just learning light and learning what they do, and that was one of my unofficial first photographs of things. And then 2023 is when I really, like that winter, jumping into basketball season, got approved to go to UMKC, got in touch with those people. Kansas City, Kansas Community College, which I still go to today, network with the coaches, talk to them, started coming to their games. The SID of KCK went to the same high school as me, and we got to say, wait a
Oh,
minute, you went to my high? What? You know people I know? And so, cool dude, man. We hung out, talked about dreams and aspirations and in sports, and
absolutely.
did a summer, helped out with a summer camp taking pictures, and then we did Big 12 media days for football. Got to and that was the last year the Big 12 had Texas and Oklahoma in it, and so I
Right.
was able
Before
to
they went to
go
the
to,
SEC.
yep, and that was and they had it at AT&T Stadium on the field, AT&T Stadium. So
Yeah.
we was able to get down on the field, and it's 100 degrees outside. It's 95 on the inside of that stadium, man. But just meeting people, man, and networking and talking and seeing all these people that I saw growing up, man, and interviewing the KU and the K State people, and then
Mm-hmm.
jump to basketball and not forgetting. Okay, let me jump into this basketball stuff. But my message was like, okay, these pictures are nice. This podcast is nice, and now my pivot currently has been working on about, okay, these pictures are nice, but now how can we help people get to their purpose? How can we help people elevate what they're called to do in life and what they're called to leave in the earth, not just even here. And this is where the ministry part is, of me is like, okay, let's not forget about the eternity perspective now. And that's what I've really
Right.
been, been dealing with me in that area. He said, all this is good here, but don't forget about the eternal reward as well. And so,
Absolutely.
and so we, and I myself got caught up in it. Like, man, I got to build, and I forget about the important things, man. Spending time with God, man, reading the Word, and really just engulfing myself not just into my craft of sports, man, and media, but also just like God, man. Okay, God, where you want me to? How you want me to? Where do you want me to go? And he's put on my heart, like really, like lately, it's really been about the young people. It's been about more like college. It's really been more about the Division 2 level now, Division 3, NAIA. Everybody, people got stories to tell in sports. You just got to go
Without
ask them,
question.
man.
Without
And I
question.
and I love talking to the big wigs too. That's fun. But it's a lot of people in these smaller semi-pro people that I've met. I've met referees, AAU coaches, man.
Hmm.
Um, they got some stories to tell. Like they be like, "What? What you mean? You did that? Really? You played
Absolutely.
overseas with such and such?" I said, "Oh yeah." And you just never know. And my thing now, I'm working my project now for 2026. One of the things I'm working on is being able to tell the underrated stories. We
Okay.
got a lot of underrated stories. You do well with doing it too, man, because you got people like who that is. People want to talk about it, man. You never know
Hmm.
who's listening. You never
Right.
know who in the heart you impress for them to be inspired. You just don't know. And
Right.
there's so many of those stories out there, man. And there's so many people who want to talk about their experiences. Like, and this has been a blast, man. I've This is like my how do I want to say this? This is my getaway from my regular grind. And
Absolutely.
my regular grind that I have now, I enjoy going to that. So I'm really like I've been in my new full-time position, work 4 days a week. Hallelujah, thank God. Knock on some wood as well. But it's been a blessing because my other love is aviation. So I work in the aviation field in the daytime, and then I go out to different sporting events at night.
Right.
So it's man, God is good, man. Like, hey, like
I
it's
love
in
that.
he's positioned me to learn the game of aviation, but still do the sports that I love.
See, I love that. And you brought up a great point of trying to blend in your two passions. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
Hmm.
I love the fact you do aviation and do sports. Now myself, I would say I substitute teach in the daytime, which I love to teach. I love the kids. I love doing that. If I can't coach them, I'll teach them. I love the sub. I love being able to have that freedom of picking certain schools to go to, certain shifts to do,
Hmm.
but I also go and cover the games at night here in the
Hmm.
Rochester area. You know, as you see me doing the hockey, I'm doing the
Yeah.
lacrosse. I just got on with the Buffalo Bulls, so that's MAC basketball, so Division 1
Ooh.
basketball.
Yep. Yep.
So
Okay.
I'm about to get on with them too. So I'm definitely making moves here, but I love the fact that you said that to blend your two loves because
Hmm.
man, it's not really work if you love doing what you do. And I love to be
Hmm.
able to do what I do, and I love going to the games and building those connections, and that's going to allow me
Hmm.
to pitch new stories to different people. The
Hmm.
podcast has grown from
Hmm.
the time frame that I was with you guys down there to now. The subscribers have went up. I wanted to continue to grow. Obviously,
Yes,
the
sir.
videos have grown too, and that's what we want to do. We want to continue that because of the fact that there is different ways of storytelling. A lot of people get on this podcast and get very transparent with me, talk about family members that passed away, bring up
Hmm.
stories that about mental health and breakdowns and cutting themselves or just
Hmm.
stuff like that. Just personal
Yeah.
things, and I love that.
Yes,
I
sir.
love the fact
Yes,
that they
sir.
want to do that for sure. You talked about Bible college. I want to
Yeah.
know, were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from going there, or was you dead set on going to a biblical college?
I didn't want to go to Bible college straight up, bro. Like I was at so life we have these things called crossroad moments.
Mm-hmm.
I was stuck in Louisiana for some years too long, man. Like I think I stayed there about. Now I was born there, but I was raised in Kansas City area because my mom was a pastor.
Okay.
And one thing I've learned over the time is sometimes in life, everybody's ministry is different. Everybody's purpose and everybody's job is different. And
Without
I was at a
question.
crossroads, and I was working at a cell phone store, and there was a customer that came in and said, "Hey, we have a Bible college. You know, it's accredited. You can come here and because I didn't finish my degree from Southern University. I was at Southern A&M University. I was business management major. I'm just like, I got to get a degree so I get a better job. The mindset in my head at the time was, got to get a degree. I'm a black man, got to get a degree to get better,
I feel that.
to bring in work. The first time I was like, man, I ain't feeling this biblical college crap. Y'all can have that, man. I ain't.
That
I'll
ain't
go
for
to the
you.
to the I'll go to the community college, man, or out here and get some associates type deal.
Right.
The same people came back. I want to say 2 weeks, 3 weeks later for a different phone for the spouse. I think yeah,
Hmm.
same couple.
Right.
You registered in Bible college yet? Hi. Oh, and then I said, okay, let me possibly give this a try. Let me think about this. And then I think somebody else came in from that same school talking about it.
Right.
So you know what? I know this man. I've been to his church some years back. Let me go check out what he's doing down there. And so what happened was I went down to that school, um, thinking I'm gonna just get a degree. Okay, cool, get my degree, get on. And
Right.
really, my mind had expanded biblically to be able to like teach and to my mind was expanded, and I grew in some more areas, things I didn't know that I would be able to do. I had the ability to do,
Right.
and found out I had a cousin in the class. Never met the cousin in my life. Didn't even know my uncle. This was one of my uncle's daughters. Linked up with her. Cool.
Wow.
Got two of my best friends I still keep in touch with from that
Right.
school.
Right.
Um, so it really opened some doors for me at meeting and networking with other people. Still keep in touch with certain people till this day
Right.
from that college. And at the time I was in and out of ministry, man. I was inconsistent. But then when I went to that college at that time, it set a fire in me, and I brought some of that knowledge back and
Okay.
set the church on fire with what I was saying, what I was talking about, man. Because I'm
Amen.
not one of them preachers, ah, but you know,
Right.
but like most recently, I'm like, man, God, like I don't really like. I Part of the issue that I had in ministry, I'm gonna say this. And I said this on my post a while back. Sometimes we do things to please our parents. My mom has been deceased. This year be 20 years since my mom has passed away.
Wow.
And I was trying, part of my issue that I had in ministry, I was trying to fill her shoes. And God reminded me, you cannot fill her shoes. What she's done, that was her mission. That's her job. What I
Right.
have for you is what I have for you. That's why I would go back to the purpose thing. Each and every one of us have a calling, assignment, and purpose to do. And we should do it to glorify God. So going to that school really helped me enhance, and just as a reminder, but it helped me grow even more. Like, hey, I have this knowledge right here, but it let me know I can, if I anything I set my mind to with prayer and word, man, I can excel and go. And
Absolutely.
sometimes certain positions we be like, well, we got to have this degree and that degree to go do that, man. End of the day, God just asks you, just ask me. Ask me, I'll show you the direction of how to navigate as an entrepreneur. You might not, everybody trying to go get a job. You might not need to go get a job. You might need to just go on Google, ask God. God might have you Google something for your company, for your business, like a couple of sales things and marketing things. He tell you one or two things, man. You be out here making money. You ain't even got to go report to nobody. And then
Right.
therefore you have freedom to move how you want to move.
Right.
And so it gave me the confidence in that area, and I appreciate the knowledge and the teaching that the name of the school was called Hope Bible Institute,
Okay.
out in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
And I stayed back, did the master's work, and then I worked on the doctorate. I was thinking about being a psychologist, but I said, no, that ain't it. I don't want to do that. I got the knowledge now, but God, I know what God has put me to be in is where I'm gonna be at. And I said, yeah, that psychology stuff, y'all can have that. We can have conversations with people and be able to do things a different way, different
Right.
perspective. So
I'm with you on that. Now, obviously, I love the fact that you educated, brother, obviously with your undergrad, your master's, and like you said, your doctorate. I love that. I got my undergrad and master's too, so I love the fact that we are some educated brothers. No question about that. Knowledge is power. I do believe that.
mm,
Um, before I get into some other stuff, I want to ask you some favorite questions, man. You just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions I asked you. Okay, so here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
okay. Favorite meal I like to cook. Whew. I like the crock pot, but in my crock pot, it
Mm,
needs to be. I like chicken. I like the mushroom chicken soup, and I pour it over my chicken breast in the crock pot and let it soak
okay,
through.
now. Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm a huge taco person. So
Okay, yeah,
anything with tacos, anything with tacos and some French
that's
fries, I'm with it.
tacos and
I'm with
fries.
that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I'm with that. Okay, favorite concert you've ever attended?
Hmm. I tell people I'm not really big on musicals and concerts. But if I had one, I'm gonna say this was back in 2010 before these two gentlemen blew up. This name rapper named Lecrae. This is back in 2009,
Oh yeah.
2010. I saw him in at a church in Baton Rouge. Him and this other guy named Show Baraka. But watch it, Cray,
Hmm.
before and then 5 years later, seeing him at Essence Fest in the crowd, two different styles of crowd. I
Hmm.
said, man, look at this. But
Hmm.
yeah, the Lecrae was probably one of my favorite. And if I got to give an honorable mention, I took my 17-year-old daughter to go see Lil Wayne last year. That's an honorable mention. And the reason I say it's an honorable mention because one of my classmates from high school I hadn't seen in 20 years.
Hmm.
I saw him and we just held each other for like we held each other for like 2 minutes. And that
I love that.
besides hanging out with my daughter and then seeing just walking in the arena and I'll just see him.
I love that. I love that, Al. That's pretty dope. I actually saw Lil Wayne last year too, in August.
Okay.
He's
Mm,
definitely still got it. One of my favorite concerts, though, people sleep on, Maverick City Music. Maverick City
okay.
Music. I got a chance to see them. They actually are pretty good, but
Mm.
they had like it was like groups. It was Maverick City Music. It was Hillsong United. But
Ooh.
it was also Andy Mineo. If you know who Andy
I
Mineo
know I
is.
know Andy Mineo, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was they all came together. It was a dope
Mm,
concert, man. That was actually in Atlanta, Georgia, where I saw that. That was pretty dope. So
okay.
it was pretty cool. No
Okay.
question about that. Let me ask you, favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Oh man. So many, man. Um, there's so many more I want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
If
I
I could
heard
say a
that.
favorite place to travel to that I dream of living about is Dallas, Texas. I've always been like that since I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I got to give it to Vegas, man. Vegas was a cool little spot to go hang out in, man. Um, and I'm gonna even give an honorable mention. Oh no, I'm lying. Wait a minute. I like Atlanta. The two times I went to Atlanta the last 3 years,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
the vibe of Atlanta, Georgia, man,
Come on now. Come on
and
now.
then just walking around the city, just
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to just go walk, man, and tour some stuff, man. It was so I have to say one Atlanta, two Dallas, three Vegas.
Oh, no question. I mean, you named three great cities. I mean, I definitely still have ties to Atlanta, Georgia, as my mother and my aunt, no, my mother, my aunt, and my uncle all still live there. I actually graduated from Kennesaw State University, which is in
Okay.
Kennesaw, Georgia, about 20 miles outside of Atlanta.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Yeah, so no doubt. So I definitely have ties there for sure. I would say my favorite place to visit, probably, I'm not gonna lie, man. I would definitely say Texas, but I'm gonna say Houston instead of
Okay.
Dallas.
Okay.
Houston
All
was quite the vibe. Like Houston, man,
right.
and for various of reasons, no question about that. Houston was quite the vibe. Now, also, I would say Vegas is definitely a vibe too. But New Orleans, when I went there, they are top notch with their food. New
Hmm.
Orleans, y'all got it on point.
They do. They
Okay,
do. Hmm.
you definitely do, baby. You definitely got it on point. You definitely got it on point. There's
Oh
no
no.
question.
Accent
No
with it.
question. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Hmm.
You got it on point
Hmm.
there. So New Orleans, Vegas,
Hmm.
and Houston is three of my
Yes,
favorites for
sir.
sure. Now we sports people, Al. So I'm gonna ask
Yes,
you a
sir.
sports question.
All right.
Two-parter. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV. Favorite sport you like to attend in person. They can be the same sport.
College basketball, man, all day. Like I love watching. Like I'll even do the split screens with college basketball, men's and women's. And then sometimes I'll even get like, especially like I'm kind of home. I watch Big 12 games.
Hmm.
So most of the Big 12 women's games on the ESPN Plus app. So I have my iPad turned into, because now they got split screen.
Yep.
So now I watch two games on ESPN Plus on the women's side. The men, they are all over the place. They on now we got Peacock, ESPN,
Hmm.
Fox, uh it's another network, CBS. So
NBC, all of
NBC, yep, all of them. I'm like, what is the commissioner doing right now? But
them.
well, I get it, he's doing a bidding war right now for
Yeah.
this year for the Big 12. So I love watching that, and then I love just going to the games, just watching in person. Like I enjoyed going to Allen Fieldhouse back in
Oh yeah.
2022
Oh yeah.
as a fan, and
Hmm.
then in the stands as media, then being on the floor taking pictures for like the women's games, the tournament. Like I love seeing the pageantry of that. So definitely, definitely basketball. Now it might change in a year. I'm starting to get into soccer, and um,
Some other
I
stuff.
got, yeah, I got to get to a hockey game this year, but definitely right now basketball.
I would definitely tell you this. Basketball is my favorite sport. No question about
Mm,
that. And I
mm,
am preaching to Ben as much as I possibly can because the first and second round is up here in Buffalo. And I really would like to go
mm.
cover that in March. The first and second
Yeah,
round of the men's NCAA tournament. I don't know what I
yeah,
got to do. Whatever I got to do, I will definitely do that. I also want to try to cover Syracuse as well. Syracuse has kind of denied me, but once I start covering some Buffalo games, maybe they'll turn it around a little bit and
yeah.
do that. But definitely, I wanted to cover that NCAA tournament for sure. I was going to ask you, are you covering any Big 12 tournaments out there? Because I think they're coming back out there, aren't they, for the
Yeah,
Big 12 tournament?
yeah. So they signed an agreement. The Big 12 and Kansas City have like agreement all the way up to like 2031 for
Oh
basketball,
wow,
and they
yeah.
definitely want to keep it in Kansas City. So this was my first, because the Big 12, I got a connection with them, and it started with BS3. Thanks to the great BS3 Ben Southern, we totally appreciate you.
No doubt, no
This
doubt.
this was my first time bringing my own media, the highlights, to cover Big 12 basketball this year for
Hmm.
the Big 12 basketball media days. So now I'm definitely going to go to the women's tournament.
Hmm.
The men I haven't decided about, but I'm going to branch out because there's the my goal is to get the NAIA championship that's in Kansas City. That's going to be here a week after that,
Oh yeah.
and then also there's a Division II conference that is a MIAA. So I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth between the T-Mobile and then going down to the Municipal Auditorium to go watch other basketball because it's tis the season, man. It's March Madness, man. But
It is. It is. I love it.
but yeah, I'm definitely going to go check out Audie Crooks. If I interviewed her this past. I've interviewed her like the last 2 years and how she has
Hmm.
her stock has risen. And
No question. Iowa State player. For those of you who don't know, she plays for Iowa
yep,
State, and she's a walking double double.
walking
No
double
question about
double.
it. No question about
Um,
that.
and then her teammate, I can't remember the girl's name right now. She transferred in. I can't think of the lady's name, but I know I had. This is how crazy. Her godfather. What is that? I can't think of her name right now. I know that there's Addie. What's the Addie Brown? But Addie Brown was injured. They got a big three: Addie Brown, Audie Crooks, and the third girl. She transferred from Arizona.
Okay.
But I know her, I met her godfather, and we got to run it at one of the JUCO games.
Okay.
And he played basketball with one of my high school teammates. And he
Really?
was like, "What? That's how this thing. That's how this thing. This sports, this world in general. It's 6 degrees to separation,
It really
and
is. It really is.
it really is. And so just seeing the people in the 3 years and things of all the teams that I've covered and all the different storylines.
Hmm.
And the crazy thing is with these women, see, people sleep on the women's games.
They do.
There is content on Division One. Like you going to Buffalo, you know how much content gonna be up in there, man.
Right.
How many
Right.
people want to tell their
Absolutely.
story at Buffalo? The
Hmm.
former the men's coach at Alabama came from Buffalo. Nate Oates, the
Yeah, that's
coach
true. That's true. Very true.
um the coach at Arizona State Hurley came from Buffalo.
Yeah, this is true. Very true.
Turner
You're absolutely
the
right
front
about that.
Turner Gill, who's retired now, before he came to KU, coached football at Buffalo.
At Buffalo. That's right. Which I will be doing Buffalo football later in the year as I got
That's
credential to do that as
hmm
well. So I'm looking forward to doing that. There is a game though that I'm thinking that I'm like, bro, we might have to tag team this one. And the reason why I say that is I've reached out and because I'm intrigued to go. It's called the
okay.
Jack Union Classic game. It's between
Mm.
two Big 12 football teams, and the game is in London. It's in Wembley Stadium, and
Oh, okay.
it's the first ever Big 12 game, that Big 12 football game that they're gonna have at Wembley Stadium.
Mm.
Um, I am interested in going to that particular game, and I know there's a few people that I know overseas that's definitely going to go to the game. I met George on Sports, who's on my Instagram. He's going to be covering that game. Meg Ballers, who lives over there in the UK, she's been on my podcast several times. Been on Courtney's podcast too. Courtney Harden, another brother
Yeah.
of the BS3 Network,
Hmm.
been on his podcast. She is going to be at the game. I know you do Big 12, obviously, but my thing is, man, that is a game I'm interested in going into, and I'm definitely trying to get that covered. So I don't know who I
Okay.
need to talk to in the Big 12, but I'm trying to go and get that covered because I've never been to
That yeah,
London, and I think that'd be sweet.
that would be, man. I would say who's the teams playing in it? It's not KU, is it? Is it?
It's
Because I
Kansas
know
State.
it's because I know Kansas State played in Ireland last year. And got lit up like the 4th of July
Hmm.
to Iowa State.
Yep.
But you're saying K State's going to England next year?
Yeah, they're going to
Is it? I
Wembley
mean, this year.
Stadium.
Wow, that's 2 years. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Colin Klein, the new coach going over there. I
Yep.
wonder who they playing.
I believe they're playing TCU. Don't quote me on
Okay,
that, but I believe it's Kansas State and it's TCU. Kansas State is definitely going over there though. There's no question. It's called the
okay.
Jack Union Classic football game at
Jack
Wembley
Union.
Stadium.
Okay. I
Yeah,
might. I know people who cover K State, so I'll let you know what I find out.
please
The
do.
I'm googling the Jack. You said the who? Wait a minute. Let me
It,
make sure I
it's,
get this
it's,
in the notes.
it's called Jack Union Football Classic. And the game is going to be at Wembley Stadium. Like I said, Kansas State is one of the teams. Don't get me lying to you about the other one. I believe it is TCU, but I might be wrong. Actually, you know what? I don't think it is TCU because TCU plays UNC next year on a Monday night. So no,
Okay.
it's not going to be TCU. But Kansas
All
State
right.
plays somebody for sure.
All right. No, no, no. It's not Kansas State. It's KU, Kansas. Kansas is playing Arizona State.
Oh, so that is two Big 12 teams.
It's still two Big 12 teams. This on September 19th
That it
at
is on
Wembley
September.
Stadium.
Okay, so it is. Okay, so it's Kansas. It's KU
Mm,
versus
KU.
Arizona State.
Arizona State. Yeah.
Wow. I'm even more
Hmm.
intrigued now. I didn't know it was two Big 12 teams. I'm even more intrigued because, like I said, I definitely want to be able to cover that. That is a one-off type of game for me. I know a couple
Right.
people that's going to go to that because they already live there on that side of town and they cover sports and they do
Yeah.
podcasts over there. But I'm like, dog, I got to find a way to get over there and get coverage for that game for sure.
And I
Obviously,
got
on
to
the behalf of
salute. I'm gonna give a salute to our the Big 12 commissioner, man. He is he's making this thing global. He's
he is.
using a different way because he knows that football, the big dogs is the SEC and the Big
Mm-hmm.
Ten.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't no, it is what it is.
Right.
But I think he's going a different approach to make the Big 12 a name for itself. I think at one time he was trying to get a basketball game down in Mexico for the women and men,
Yep.
some baseball, some soccer. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta give the Big 12 commissioner credit to where credit is due. Like, he on his mindset when it comes to surviving this type of traffic going on out here with
Mm-hmm.
college sports.
Mm-hmm.
He on a different stratosphere right now. Like,
He is. He is.
organized. Like there's times I still have questions because there's certain teams in other sports. Like, we all know football drive everything, but then on
No
the back
question.
end, it's like it's hurtful sometimes because the schools that merge into your conference, like other sports, like women's basketball, some schools struggle in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Travel, uh, the other sports suffers a lot sometimes. Your soccer team, your Olympic sports, baseball, softball, they struggle. And so sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah, the football's driving it, but man, how do we help these other sports succeed and be at the top? Because there's so many, like the SEC has 16 teams, the
Right.
Big Ten has 18, Big 12 we have 16, the ACC got 17. Like, it's still, I know I'm off topic, but I got to vent for a moment because I'm like,
You good.
I have
You good,
I
brother.
have an issue, and the coaches. So here's the thing: the coaches have called it out already.
Yep.
Why is it that what's the Cal and Stanford are in the ACC? This don't make, y'all should have went independent. This don't make no sense right now. Or y'all should have joined for basketball the WCC because Oregon State and Washington State play WCC basketball, but
They
football
do.
they're independent. And if y'all looking for, they don't even, if I'm not mistaken, they don't even take TV revenue money from the ACC.
They
They just say
don't.
we want to we just want to be a part. So
Right.
you booted out because you just want to be part of a conference when you should have just waited your turn and try to look at the landscape and see how it was. I said I think when it comes to the Big Ten, I don't like this new big, even though it's
A
coast
lot
to
of
coast. I
teams.
don't.
Right.
You got the UCLA coach coming out every week talking about he don't like to travel. Every other week you got to go to the East Coast and then come back home. He said he went to Rutgers and then went to another school up there on the East Coast. He said I done seen the Statue of Liberty twice in a year, traveling back and
Right.
forth. And then
Right.
some team from the East Coast come to the West Coast, go play two games at UCLA and UCLA and
Mm-hmm.
USC, and they done
Mm-hmm.
for the year. Meanwhile, the West Coast teams got to go do all that traveling. I said, yeah, this is not feasible, and this is my issue when it comes to college sports. Like, they have to, between this NIL, between
Mm-hmm.
these conferences, conference
Mm-hmm.
realignment, this transfer portal stuff. Now we got the college players coming back for eligibility because they got eligibility, so they want to come back and play now. I'm waiting on the day it's gonna explode. I got my timer on waiting. We got, how close are we to this explosion happening? We
Oh,
got we
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 close.
got
We
we
close.
look, because you were in Rochester, New York, right? So you're
Yep.
not too far from Rutgers. There was an article that came out, I want to say last week or 2 weeks ago, about how much money Rutgers University lost.
Mm-hmm.
Were in the red, like they was like $60 million. They
Sure.
made 180 million, but they lost 60 or 70 million, and they were in the red. And
Mm.
now to pay some of the players, you got to go raise the tuition cost and raise up the student fund. Half these kids don't like sports, man. If I'm somebody, I just want to come get my degree and go home, man, and just do. I
Right.
gotta pay for. I gotta pay for it. No, we gotta find a better way, man.
We
I
do.
think we did better under the table. We did better under the table, man, and make it. I'm just and make it regional and keep it in the. We did better. Like the so I'm gonna ask you this, Chris.
Talk to me.
What was the original point of NIL?
So, in my opinion, NIL stands for, well, it's not my opinion. This is name, image, and likeness. So the whole point of
Okay.
NIL was to be able to highlight certain players and be able to
Hmm.
pay certain players because everybody.
Hmm. All right.
Back with you, dog. So yeah, the whole
Hold
point.
on.
Uh, you good?
Hold on. You on double screen. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me see. Okay, there you go. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, I
All
got
right,
you.
now we good.
So
All right.
so the whole point of name, image, and likeness was to benefit some of the players that are going out there and generating a lot of revenue for the colleges and schools. We know colleges are a business now. We understand that. We understand that
Hmm.
players are getting paid and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, no matter what system you put in, it's never going to be on an even keel. It's just not.
Hmm.
You look at the Power Four conferences, they're the ones, the football is generating a lot of the money. The Power Four
Hmm.
conferences are going to generate a lot of money. Then you look at the fact that the basketball teams. Well, you look at the Arizonas, you look at the number 1 through 5 seeds that are ranked right now. They're going to generate a lot of money for sure.
Hmm.
But as we look at this, there's not going to be a way to be where geographically where everybody is going to be happy. And it's the same, I would say the same symmetry is with whether or not to expand the playoffs. Right now, I think
Hmm.
12 is enough. But people say 16 is more. No, I think 12 is enough in my opinion. 8 was enough in my opinion. But 12 is great. You want to give, not Power 5 schools, but them, them other schools. You want the choice of
Hmm.
5 schools. You want to give them
Hmm.
an opportunity like a James Madison and stuff like that. Well, when you give them a chance, they got the brakes beat off of them because they can't compete. They don't have the resources and the people to compete with them. And they're never going to have the resources. They're
You
going to
better say
generate
that.
money, but
You
they're
better say that.
never going to have the resources, no matter how many checks you give them. Because, yeah, James Madison can go play at Ohio State and get the holy hell beat out of them and get a $900,000 check or get $1 million check from them saying, thank you for putting this on your schedule and thank you for letting us beat the crap out of you. That's what they do for the school. Yeah, that's what the schools do. And we know that. We know that's what they do. So it's, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you absolutely right. I agree with you. They're never going to get it right. They're not going to get it right. They're not going to get it 100%. That's why you can't keep tweaking the damn system. You have to let the system just be what it is. You consolidated because you guys wanted more strength of schedules. You guys wanted better competitions. You guys wanted a playoff. You wanted to have more games. You want to generate more money. You're doing that. So you're doing all of that. But now what you have also done is you're also creating more questions. Well, what about the other schools that are not in the Power Four conference? What the hell do you expect them to do? Because when they play you, they're gonna get beat. What do you expect them to do? Oh, well, the
It'd
kids
be,
are
it'd be a
playing.
fourth, be
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Fourth of
yeah.
July, be a Fourth of July fireworks show out there, literally, and you
Hello.
watching, you listen.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, the kids are playing more games. Well, are you gonna give that money back that people are spending on them seats? Are you gonna give money back that people are spending on that merchandise? What are you going to do about that? You're not going to do anything about that because the money is being generated. So when the money is being generated, that's what is going to talk louder than anything else, Al. And my
Yeah.
thing is that even with under the table of how what you was talking about, going under the table and doing stuff like that. Now you're gonna have to have a bigger bag to be throwing under the table now because
Yep.
kids is not gonna want to come to. Kids are gonna have to pay more fees. Kids are gonna have to pay more tuition. Tuition costs is gonna because now not only that, but stadiums and parking. They're gonna build new
Mm-hmm.
facilities. And
Mm-hmm.
what? And who's gonna pay for that? The students.
Yeah.
The students are gonna pay for
Yeah.
it, in my
Man,
opinion.
listen. So I I agree. Like with the here's the thing. The only reason why I can understand why they had to include more teams in the playoffs
Hmm.
because they imploded all the conferences and made it like a power four, power
Yeah,
three
power
type
four.
deal. To be honest, if you kept the original Pac-12, if you kept all the teams where it used to be, you could do an 18 playoff.
Right,
You could.
right,
This whole thing trying to include the group four like it was back in the day with like the Boise State of the world and
right. James
Appalachia State,
Madison.
James Madison, them days is over with because they
Right.
don't have the resources. And we
Mm.
saw that because Notre Dame got left out. Okay,
Yep.
and I understand because Miami won head to head over Notre Dame. But when it was game time, Tulane got lit up as well as James Madison. And I'm
Both of
like,
them
y'all
did.
could have just y'all didn't want to invite Duke into the thing to the mix. Like it's a whole and now you're saying you want 16 to like 24 teams. So that means we're not going to have. We need to go ahead and cancel all the bowl games. Just let
Right.
all that go. Cancel these
Right.
conference championship games because they don't mean nothing
Nope.
at this point. It's I mean we could make it better. It's always but this right here they didn't think this through, and I think the NCAA is just sitting back just like have at it. We don't care no more.
Right.
Have at it, man.
The
Have
checks
at
is
it.
coming in. The money is
The check
coming in.
the money is coming in.
So, like I told you, money's gonna always talk loud. Sometimes it
Money's gonna talk.
screams.
It's green. and
It's
it, and it's
screaming
screen
loud.
red too. It's screen red too, because it's like,
They do.
are we gonna keep borrowing every year because we're gonna create
Mm-hmm.
the add his revenue to come in?
Mm-hmm. Right. I
Now that's
feel that.
and you got the it's really coming down to the have and the have-nots. In the
Absolutely.
next, well, this is 26.
Mm.
There's gonna be some more expansion that's gonna take place,
For sure.
and
For
it's
sure.
gonna be does the ACC and the Big 12 come together? What's going on with the Big 10? Is
Right.
the
Right.
is the Big Ten gonna split up and the UCLA and USC gonna go back to the West Coast to create something out there? There's gonna be a lot of decisions, man, because there's only so much money out here. Y'all borrowing, y'all keep getting in this red to expect this revenue. You want to build this building and that building, and
Mm-hmm.
you're cutting staff people, man. You're generating money, man, but then it's the quality of the product on the field great as well
Yeah.
on the field and on the court. Because
Absolutely.
we ain't,
I
and
totally
that's why,
totally agree with that.
and that's why a lot of your college coaches are like, man, I don't want to deal with this NIL stuff, and I gotta re-recruit you every year. Like that. That's why I'm like, okay, if we're gonna do this, let's treat this like pro. Let's put this 2 year contract into place. You're gonna
Right.
get this money. Like after 2 years, if you leave here, then you got to pay back 50% of that money. Type deal. 2 or 3 year type deal. Where
I
then
feel
that way
that.
you have it's got to have some guardrails, man. You just can't listen. There's a school out here called Kansas State University,
Okay.
and named coach and basketball program right now. Uh, they are the man got an $18 million buyout. The coach, just the head
Mm.
coach,
Right.
because back to back years, the money that has come in for NIL stuff has been the roster has been over like $3 million each year, but it hasn't performed, and
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much a revolving door. So you got to see we got to deal with that. Then how do you? I'll give you even a better example. The
Right.
Florida State coach, Mike Norvell, what was his buyout? Like 70, $80 million? And they
I,
just
I,
updated
I
all
think
the
about
facilities down.
yeah, I think about
Yeah,
70 million.
$70 million. So they couldn't fire him. Then you have to fire the staff. Then you gotta go, then all the players, if there ain't no guardrails in the NIL deal, all that money go out the door. Then you gotta bring a new
Right.
staff in. You just
Right.
built new facilities. That's about $150 million.
Right.
You see
I
where
feel
you
that.
see you see where we at? Like we just
I feel that.
and that's why I go back. The original thing for NIL was not for the school. If the schools want, it was really making money off your name, image, and likeness. But then you had the big boys like Ohio State, your LSU, and your Michigan start this thing called the collective. So the collective came in and said, we're going to have a collective. We're going to have all our alumni get to this collective so we can get to these athletes. And that's where the have and the have nots come in. Because
True.
at one time, the NIL, that was all going to your pocket. But now you got the NIL guardrails where you got a clearinghouse that has to come check your money to see
Right.
if this is a legitimate deal or not.
Absolutely. No
So,
question.
so
No question.
they got a lot of work to
I
do.
love that. They got a lot of work to do. I love that. I want to get your perspective though on college basketball. Let's talk some
Okay.
college basketball real quick because this is your
Okay.
wheelhouse.
All right.
Okay, there's a big time matchup that's going on right now as we lively are talking about, which is Arizona and Kansas. That's
Yeah.
going on right now. Talk to me
Yeah.
about the college basketball landscape, what you think about the season thus far. I just saw an incredible game Saturday with UNC and Duke. That was
Hmm.
absolutely phenomenal, no question about it. Now we'll talk men's and then we'll get to the women's, but talk to
Yeah.
me about the men's college basketball season in your mind.
I'm gonna say, and I told somebody else this before I got on here with you. This by far has been the best crop of freshmen, young men that I have seen in my years of watching college basketball.
Hmm.
And let me just deal with the, the game tonight between Arizona and Kansas. I think Darren Peterson when he's on. You got Corey Pete, who I got to meet both of them guys at the media day. You got a
Okay.
guy at BYU named AJ DeBonza going to be big time at the next level.
No
You
question.
go
No question.
you go down to Houston. They got some fabulous freshmen down there. Kelvin Sampson, the one who said Houston Poe ain't got no money. These are the best players Kelvin Sampson has had. You go out
Mm-hmm.
to the East Coast in Duke in North Carolina. Caleb Wilson at North Carolina. You got the Boozer twins. You go up a little bit
Mm-hmm.
up to Syracuse. You got Carmelo Anthony's son playing.
Yep.
And
Cayenne.
I know
Cayenne.
Cayenne. You probably got the most one of the most underrated freshmen that is at Illinois. His name is Keaton. Dang, that boy Keaton Williams. I think his name is Keaton Williams, but he's at Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't even. Illinois came at the last minute, who K State and KU didn't even go look at in the backyard. He went to school down the street from my house. He went to
Oh.
my rival school,
Oh wow. Oh wow.
and he's a freshman, lighting it up like the 4th of July. Put 46 on Purdue at Purdue. You know how crazy it is to put 46 up at Purdue, and Purdue is defense. Like
Yeah.
so, if I look at like right now, it's phenomenal. I love the freshman, the play of the freshman. It's like the year of the freshman, and it's
Mm-hmm.
the year people keep coming back and staying for school. However, the dark horses, these doggone people coming back because they want to play basketball for eligibility. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, shucks. If you want to come back, Michael Beasley should come back to K State. If Kevin Durant wanted to retire, he should come back to Texas. Look, if LeBron James want to play because the NBA won't let him play no more, let him go to Ohio State for 2 years. And I'm just saying, man, listen, if we gonna let like that's the there's the black eye in college football with the college football playoff. You got these
Right.
professionals who played overseas. That's the black eye of college basketball right now. But otherwise, man, it's been some good ball, man. I gotta say I've enjoyed it. The SC, on my split screens. I think right now, I think it's wide open for the Final Four, bro. I think it's
Oh,
wide
no
open once
question.
again.
I was
Like
just about to say that.
I can't. There's no definitive. On a good day, I would say UConn, but they lost to St. John a couple
They
nights ago.
did.
So
They did. Patino's team. They lost to Patino's team. Yes.
Patino's team,
Yes.
and Patino gonna have the boys ready.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Purdue.
but
Purdue was a good team
P-
until they
Purdue,
got dropped by UCLA.
yeah, Purdue, UCLA is a sleeper.
Right.
UCLA, they gonna play hard. They
Right.
gonna Cronin is gonna have them boys ready. to play.
Is
There's a
anybody
guy.
gonna give Arizona a run? Do you think? Is anybody gonna challenge Arizona?
I think so. Historically, with Arizona, when they were under Sean Miller for those years, they would have them great teams in the Pac-12, be number one, dominate, and they get stuck in like the Sweet 16 or Elite Eight. Um, they got a good nucleus. If I would say right now, anybody in the Big 12, they got Arizona's playing KU right now. I need to check the score. KU is much better. Has not been this good in a while. Um, and my homeboy was like, man, because they letting Darren Peterson do what he want to do. Bill Self never did that in the past. And now he letting him do what he want to do. What's going on? As the sky falling? But
No, he trying to win, and he got to build
he tried
his
to.
image back. You know, Bill Self be getting in trouble down there for some reason. I
He
don't
do.
know what's
Oh,
going on.
we know, man. Yeah.
You be getting in trouble down there, Al. I don't know what's
We
going
do.
on in Kansas, my boy, but it must be some
Hey,
fly stuff going on down there.
hey, that's only the stuff that was caught. It was some other stuff that just, hey, it's gonna come out 25 years later in a book. Somebody go write a
I
book
bet
about
you.
it.
I bet. I bet.
But
That's what's up. I like that.
to add to for Arizona, man, I want to see what they do. I want to see them play Houston. I'm gonna watch that Tech game because Tech is good. I'm also you don't forget about Iowa State in the conference, and don't forget about Houston. Houston, people be forgetting about Houston. Everybody on the AJ Dubonza side in the Arizona. Y'all don't forget about Houston, okay?
Yeah, BYU, I don't think they're gonna go far. But AJ is great. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, but BYU as a team,
yeah,
no,
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 no.
I don't think so as a
They
team.
they I think they might depend on what they draw. They could sleep and go to the Sweet 16, but it's really first weekend for them.
Yeah,
And you can see it. And the other surprise team, even though they got blown out to Arizona this past Saturday, Oklahoma State.
okay, okay,
Oklahoma State, and don't and do not forget about Iowa State. Iowa State
okay.
senior led. Like don't do not forget about Iowa State.
I
And I'm gonna
feel
say
you
and
on
I'm gonna
that.
say that in the Big 12.
I
Um,
like that.
SC and let me see. Then you got your Michigan school. You got both Michigan schools are phenomenal. Michigan and Michigan State.
I think
I'm
Michigan could be a dead sleeper for real.
They're
They
sleeping.
they they got the tools. They
Uh,
got the tools.
but if I was to, I think UConn could do it again, dog. Like I'm just
Hmm.
impressed when I watch UConn and how they're coached, man, and how they gel together.
Hmm.
That UConn's men's team. Do not be surprised if the UConn men and women went cut the nets down.
Well, I
Because we
certainly ain't
know
gonna be surprised by the women. I'm not gonna
women,
be surprised by
but
them.
the, but the, but the but the men, because that's UConn gonna be a one seed. Dan Hurley gonna have them boys ready. That's a better that's a better squad. 'Cause I think that's mostly the same players from last year's squad, right? And so they had
Yeah.
a little dip last year, but they had a whole year to play together, man. And people could have went to the declare for the draft, but they came back to play.
Yeah,
Do
he's
not
big
be
time.
surprised. Yeah, man, if I bet, man, I'll probably put a little money on UConn, a futures bet, man. I'll just throw that out there, man.
Yeah,
UConn,
I think
Arizona.
UConn, Arizona. I'm gonna go probably with Michigan. I think Michigan to me is my
Mm,
favorite team.
hmm
I think that they're gonna go pretty far in the tournament as well. Now let me switch off to women's. Now
Okay.
everybody is thinking is UConn and everybody else, but to me, I think there's a couple of teams that can give UConn a run for their money. One,
Okay.
I think, is going to be Texas. I think Texas can actually give them a run for their money because they got a superstar in Madison Booker that
Oh,
can
she's
actually
nice.
play. No question about that.
Sh-
I like UCLA and the big girl. I like Lauren Betts on that
Yeah.
team. I like UCLA. Now, obviously, it would be a whole different ball game if Juju was playing for USC, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're nowhere near the team that they are.
Right. hmm
Um, I don't think Notre Dame is going to do it, even though they have Hannah Hidalgo. I like them, but I don't love them. I think UConn is pretty stacked, but UCLA and Texas is two teams. South Carolina, they already played UConn this year. I don't think they got enough to beat them. I don't think so. I don't think LSU has enough to beat them either. But what do you think about that take, or that hot take, I should say, with Texas and UCLA being the two teams that could challenge UConn?
I've watched UCLA this year. I watched Lauren Betts. Um, and I just and the Rice girl, like their stuff is polished. Like they move and groove at UCLA, man. I'm every
Right,
time I watch them, I'm impressed with UCLA.
right.
Also, I'm very impressed with Texas. The development of Madison Booker
Mm-hmm.
from when I saw her in the Big 12 to where
Mm-hmm.
she's at right now, accelerated. Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you what happened with Notre Dame when Olivia Miles transferred out and went to TCU. A piece of that went away. A piece of that Notre Dame team went away. I think Notre Dame took a step back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm gonna say this that has been a surprise that not many people have been looking at, but Duke I think is undefeated in ACC play.
They are.
The Duke women. Um, but if anybody is to challenge right now, UConn, the closest team that might give them some problems, I agree with you. It would have to be UCLA, then a Texas, and if you can, and I'm gonna even say LSU. No, 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 no. Vanderbilt could be a dark horse as well.
I
Vanderbilt's
think
pretty
they
good.
could. I think they could be a dark
They,
horse.
they,
They're gonna
they
have
could be
to.
them and
It,
Michigan because Michigan played UConn early in the year and gave them a run as well. So
They did. I do remember that. I do remember that. I think if Michigan can continue to shoot the ball the way that they can shoot the ball,
mhm,
they can definitely give UConn a run for their money. I do think LSU's physicality can be a problem. I just don't think they have enough horses in the stable to score with them. Texas
yeah,
does have a superstar to where
hmm
you got to be able to find a defensive player to be able to lock up Madison Booker. But the
hmm
balance of UCLA is probably the most formidable against UConn because they can do it
yep,
inside, outside, they can
outside,
shoot the
yep,
ball. To me, I think they're the most formidable against them. They obviously won't face UConn unless it's in the tournament and they're deep in the tournament because UCLA
hmm
and UConn are probably going to be number ones. No
yep,
question about that in the tournament. But I also think a dark horse sleeper team could be Syracuse. The Syracuse women out here. Syracuse women out here is absolutely balling, man. They've won 18 of their 22 games that they played, if I'm not mistaken. They're playing very good basketball, but a lot
yeah,
of people have not really seen them because they're in the ACC. I want to see how they fare off against Duke, a team like Duke, and if they can
hmm
put match up and play with them, that would tell me the real deal if Syracuse is, because if they give Duke a run for their money, I think they can
yeah,
challenge some of the big boy teams for sure. And the head coach of Buffalo now for the Buffalo Girls, Buffalo Bulls,
yeah.
was on the staff of the Syracuse team last year that made a
Okay,
run in the NCAA
okay.
tournaments. So
Mm.
my thing is, I do think this Syracuse team is for real. They're playing some good basketball, but I got to see them against Duke, and I got to see them against some stiffer competition because the ACC doesn't really have great competition in it.
And shout out the coach, the former Arizona State coach, is now the associate head coach at Syracuse. I can't think of her name right now, but I interviewed. It's Natasha Adar. Natasha Adar
Oh,
is one of the assistants on Syracuse.
okay.
And
So she
yeah,
must have replaced the girl that went to Buffalo. I got you.
yeah, because the Buffalo girl, the former Buffalo head coach, I think is the coach of Arizona for Arizona women's basketball. I think that's
Right.
yeah. But Natasha Adar was Arizona State, and so Syracuse women was already pretty good.
Yes,
But
they were.
now, yeah. So you got good coaches, man. And salute, man, to the Syracuse women. I've peeked in a little bit here and there. But yeah, you done. I'm gonna have to go check them out again now. I need to go see when they play Duke, man. I'm gonna have my little screen split set up,
Hey
man,
man,
for
you
that.
you got to pay attention to that one. That's for sure. No question about that. I want you to give me a bucket list. This next question is a bucket list, man. Give me a top four of things you would like to do in your career that you haven't done yet.
Woo, I love it. Love that question. Number one, um, to be a pilot, an airplane pilot, not for like a regional jet company, but like to like an independent contractor,
Yeah,
to be a
yeah.
pilot, have my own like it's not crazy. And I wrote this down that I'm going to fly my plane, have my own plane, and fly to different basketball games and do media coverage.
Okay,
And so
okay.
get my pilot license, which I'm working on. I'm gonna start ground school probably in either April or June. I haven't decided yet, but
Hmm.
the company I'm at helps with my ground school, so they're gonna pay for my ground school, man. Which is
Okay,
phenomenal.
I'm
Uh,
with that.
but one bucket list is to do ground school work. The next thing on my bucket list is to not my favorite sport, but I would love to just put on my bucket list to do is to shoot a Chiefs game at Arrowhead,
Okay, okay.
an NFL game. Be a that's the second thing on my bucket list. Um, Third thing on my bucket list is to coach a basketball game, to be
Mm.
part of coaching basketball. That's the third thing that I'm uh, wrote down that I wanted
You
to
want to
do.
do girls or boys, men's or women's?
Preferably men's, boys and men,
Okay, okay, okay.
and talk to my young fellas, to the young bloods, man. It don't matter, man. Black, white, Asian, man. Just have a conversation, man. That this is just 10% of life, man. I mean, 40 minutes. This is just 40 minutes of your life. But then there's still other things you got to do outside of that, man. And just to speak life into those young fellas, man, and give them encouragement. Cause I wanted to be that's one of the things I wanted to do growing up was be a basketball coach. That was I still think about that now at my age. And then man, the last thing on the bucket list, which I could probably do another 3 to 6 months, is build my own app.
Mm.
My own, I have my own app. Hey, Al High. Go download the Al High app. It's such at your
I
Android
love that.
market or you. Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Obviously, I can see those things happening to you. I ask that question to all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast because I want them to speak it into existence. I want them to believe that.
love it.
And my thing is that I tell them after they talk to me, I always give them mine. And I say mine is always going to be sports related. My first thing that I want to do is I want to be able to go to an NBA Finals. I want to cover that. I want to cover an
I
NBA
love that.
Finals. I love the NBA. I want to cover
Yeah.
that. My second thing is I want to be able to do something out of the box. I want to do a WrestleMania. If I can
Ooh,
cover a WrestleMania, that would be amazing. Like I love just the entertainment aspect of it. To be able to
yeah,
go there, that'd be amazing. Number
yeah.
three, I want to do a college football playoff game or a national championship game. Doesn't matter which one it is, but I want to do one of those for sure. No question about it. And then lastly, I want to be able to cover a World Series. Doesn't matter what game it is, but I want to cover a World Series game and do baseball. And because
Love that.
baseball has always been a passion of mine. So those are big
Okay.
time events that I love to do. And I always tell people that those are the things that I'm most interested in for sure. Um, I want to be able to get you to do my interactive game, Al, and it's called This or That. It's a
Okay.
game I like to play with all of my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast. And it's very simple, dog. I'm going
All
to
right.
throw some things at you, and you get to
All right.
choose this or that. So, are you
Yes,
ready?
bro. I'm ready, man. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, let's get it. Which restaurant out of these two restaurants would you rather go in, sit at, and eat? Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn Steakhouse?
Woo! it's been Longhorn.
Okay, okay,
I
I'm
do the
with you on that.
Longhorn, man. I mean, I always went to
Yeah.
Texas, but then when they started putting that Longhorn, I went up in there. I had some of that Longhorn. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, where have you
Yes,
been
sir.
all my life, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm with you on that, baby. I'm with you on that. Okay, here we go. When it comes to the chicken wings, which flavor would you rather put on the wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
I had to say what I'm about to say, man. You said barbecue or lemon pepper?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
The game is this or that. But can we do both?
You could, but which one
It's
is
this or that.
51% and which one is 49%?
We gotta go barbecue, man. We gotta go
Okay.
barbecue, man.
You
We
in
gotta go
Kansas
barbecue.
City, baby. How can you go
Yeah, yeah,
anything
yeah.
else but
Man,
barbecue?
man. But you know, my wings are special, and then my other meat is different. It depends on the type of meat and the
I
type of
feel
mood
that.
I'm in too. So
Okay, okay. Do you like your wings wet or dry?
I like them wet. Not my wings.
Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
No bone in.
Okay, so you like to get messy with it.
Yeah, man, it's a chicken wing, not a chicken tender. If I
I
want to get
feel that.
chicken tenders, man, we'll go to Slim Chicken, something like that, and get that, man.
I feel that now. I feel that, dog. I'm with you on that, baby. Next time I come down to Kansas City, I'm gonna definitely have to say what's up to you. You know, I got to. I've only been down there once, and that was to visit
Yeah,
the Negro League,
yeah.
the
The
Negro
Negro League,
museum.
yeah, yeah,
There's a museum that y'all got down there. So, but
yeah.
I
And
also
the
got
Negro
a.
League, the Negro League Museum. Yeah, I know we're talking about the
Mm-hmm.
Negro League Baseball Museum. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I've been down there, and I also got to catch a Royals game while I'm there too. So ain't no doubt about that. Okay, I got to
Come
do
on.
that next time I'm down there. No doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt. Now, these next five
All right.
questions have to do with music concerts you rather attend. So here you
All
go.
right.
Which
Okay.
music concert would you rather go to? Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
I'm laughing because I'm thinking of the beef. I'm thinking of that beef that they had.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mustard on the beach, yo. I'm with you on that.
Let me go to the. I want to go. If I go to Drake, I want to go to the Drake concert when he just left the Grassies. Let me go to that Drake concert. Not this new Drake. No, no. Let me go to that one. When he
Okay.
had the
Okay.
mixtape. I'm so fly. I'm sky high. Let me go to
I
that
know.
Drake.
I know you talking about. Okay, you talking about that Houston, Atlanta, Vegas tape. That's what you talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Which music concert would you rather go see? Okay. Which music concert would you rather go see? Lil Wayne or J. Cole?
I do J Cole.
Okay.
I've been a little Wayne with my daughter, but I'll do J Cole now. We'll try him out.
Okay. I love it. I love that. Now, which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see R&B Joe or would you rather see John Legend?
R&B Joe.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, which music concert would you rather go see in their prime? Boys the Men or New Edition?
A B C B B D. That's just out of my head. Look, you said in their prime though. In
In
their
their
prime,
prime. In their
I'm
prime.
gonna go New Edition.
Okay.
I'm gonna go New
Okay.
Edition.
Yes. Listen, can you stand the rain? That's all I got to ask.
Mm.
Okay. You know what I'm
Can you
talking
stand
about?
the rain?
Hello. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Last of the music, baby. Last of the music.
Yeah.
Which music concert would you rather go see? In their primes, Whitney Houston or Janet Jackson?
I'm gonna go Janet.
That's that Rhythm Nation coming out of you right there. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. That's pretty good. You did pretty solid. Look, we're gonna switch
uh,
back up to the sports, baby.
all
Which
right.
sport? Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
I'll do bowling, man. Listen, I ain't never. I'll do bowling.
Okay. Are you a good bowler?
I'm pretty decent. I ain't hitting no gutter balls, man. As long as it don't
Are
go to
you
the gutter,
sure?
we good. I
You
promise.
sure about that?
I mean, I
Okay
don't
now.
know badminton. I'll be getting in trouble, man. In the badminton, man.
Okay now.
I
I'm pretty good myself, Al, when it comes to that bowling thing now.
yeah, just roll the ball straight. You can do granny. Just roll it slow on down.
Okay, you right. You right on that. Now hold on. I gotta ask you, do you use bumpers?
No, there's no bumpers, man. I ain't about to go that far now. Hold up now.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
listen. I gotta ask, brother, because there's some people that on this platform that talk about they need the bumpers. So
Is there?
yeah, they need them. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta ask, brother.
Yeah.
But if you say you
Hmm.
good, you solid, I'm with you on
Yeah.
that. We're going to test that theory out. Yeah, there's no question
All
about
right.
that. No doubt. Now, which sport would you rather watch on TV? Hockey or baseball?
Shoot, they both good. Mm. But I have not been to a hockey game in person yet either. Um, what I watch on TV, I wouldn't mind baseball, man. A good baseball
Okay,
game by like a
okay.
slight margin. By a slight margin.
Now let me ask you, do you like desserts?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna name four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these that you would get rid of and you would never eat again out of
Okay.
these four. So here we
Yeah.
go. The first category is candy.
Hmm.
The second category is cookies.
Hmm.
The third category is grouped together. So it's cake slash pies.
Hmm.
The last category is ice cream. Which one are you getting rid of?
Candy.
Man, you on point like a period, dog. Because I would have said candy myself. There's no question
Hmm.
about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm
Ain't no.
with you on that.
Hmm.
Now, let me ask you though, what is your favorite ice cream?
I'm playing with it, brother. Give me vanilla.
Okay, okay,
Honorable
all right.
mention. Honorable mention is no. Honorable mention is cookies and cream.
Yeah, brother. I knew you was my brother. That's for sure. Cause I'm cookies and cream too, brother. That's my favorite ice cream right there, baby. Cookies and
Yeah.
cream.
And
That
cream.
that
Hmm.
Briars, that Oreo one, the blue tin. You already
Right.
know.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. Okay. Do you like potato chips?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna same concept. I'm gonna name four brands. You got to choose one of these brands to get rid of. So here we go.
Okay.
The first brand is Pringles.
Okay.
The next brand is Doritos.
Hmm.
The next brand is Lay's. The
Hmm.
last brand is Ruffles. Which one are you getting rid of?
Oh man, don't play with me, man. Get Doritos is off. Like I can't eat Doritos no more, man.
I feel that. I feel that. Now, if you
I've been trying to eat Doritos, and then I'm about to hang up I ain't ate Pringles because I saw that report where they had all that contamination with the Pringles, so they them get all that gone. I had some Lay's chips for dinner. You know, I tolerate them. You know,
I
but
feel you on
yeah,
that. Now let me ask you. We walk into a
yeah.
grocery store and I say, Al, go buy your favorite chip. Go to the chip aisle,
Hmm.
buy your favorite chip. What are you buying?
Man, I like some barbecue chips, but it got to be, you know, part of me trying to be on that health tip. Like it got to be what's the name of that chip that I started eating lately? It is by I can't think of it right now.
Don't tell me it ain't no kettle chip, is it?
That's one option chip. One of them option chips is kettle. That's
Oh
one of them.
Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh,
But they got this
okay.
other brand that go hard. Hey, they got another. I can't think of the other brand, but when you come on my show, I'll bring. I'm gonna bring a bag to show you the brand of the chip I
Please,
like.
please do. Please do, Al. Because let me tell you something. I'm gonna go on a real rant. You went on a rant. I'm gonna go on a rant.
Okay.
Kettle chips are the third worst chip ever made. And people say, well, what's the other two? Well, I'm glad that you asked that because I'm gonna tell you. Okay, the
Okay.
other two chips here, the second worst chip ever made is salt and vinegar. Whoever the
Oh
hell
Lord.
likes salt and vinegar,
Oh no.
you have lost
Mm-mm.
your rabbit, you know what mind. God bless
Change.
your heart. Okay,
Hmm.
that's all I got to tell you. Your breath
Yeah.
is gonna be kicking like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, and all those people up in that movie. It don't make
Right.
no sense how bad
Right.
salt and vinegar is. Now the
Yeah.
first though, but that ain't the worst chip. The number one chip that's the worst chip ever is Funyuns. Whoever
Ooh, that bring
in
back
their
memory. Yeah.
whoever in their mind thought that Funyuns was a good chip, you need to slap yourself with the white and the black side of my hand
With the white and the black.
because
Yeah.
both of them, and don't leave a side unslapped. That's what I
Leave
would
a
tell you.
side of
No, no, sir, not at all. Because Funyuns is absolutely terrible. I wish I could just
man.
step on every Funyuns bag. And somebody laughed at me talking about, well, Funyuns is good. No, they're
No.
not good. They
No.
never been good. And they're the worst chip ever made. Kettle chips,
Mm.
the reason why I hate kettle chips, going back to them, because they served it with they served it with like so a burger in a restaurant. I'm like, where's the fries?
No.
They told me, no, we
No.
got kettle chips. I said, y'all couldn't get some tater tots up in here? Y'all couldn't get some hash browns or something? Y'all got to give me kettle chips?
Not.
Kettle chips? You better take these nasty damn chips away. Don't nobody want these nasty chips. Uh, I was through. I was through with kettle chips, and they was barbecue. It was barbecue flavored. I thought they would be good barbecue.
Man,
I was
but them kettle chips be
incorrect.
rolling.
I was incorrect. So
Kettle
yes, that's my rant. I'm sticking to it. You did very good on this or that, except with the chips. But other than that, that's all right. I forgive you, Al. There's no question. There's no question about that. Okay, I forgive you. I forgive you on that stuff. This next question here has to do with advice, baby. What is some
All right.
advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Mm. Honor your word.
Mm,
And I'm an Eagle Scout, and I was at my Eagle Scout ceremony, and the Scoutmaster said, "Man, your word is bond, and make sure when you say you're gonna do something, do it." And there's times where I've fallen short of that, and I'm saying it again now as a reminder to myself, man. When you say you're gonna do something, do it, and honor that, man.
mm,
And we've all had it, and then you realize that I gotta do better. And one of the things you gotta people we forget to honor. One way to honor people is by just when you say you're gonna do something, do it.
right, right. Stand 10 toes down, man. Honor your word. And it's the easiest saying in the world, but it's so difficult for people to do. And
Hmm.
I don't know why that is. Even for myself, it is difficult at times to be all the time 100% honoring your word. You want to, but you just don't. And
Hmm.
you're right. It's definitely something I got to work on too, for sure. No question about that. I want to get you out of here, Al, on some rapid fire, man. On some rapid
Okay.
fire, bro.
Yeah.
And what it is the first thing that comes to your mind. It's a little different than this or that. This is the
Okay.
first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, so
All right.
I'm gonna ask you. Here we go. Pancakes or waffles?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again? Cut
Pancakes
out.
or waffles?
Waffles,
Chicken or ribs?
chicken,
Juice or soda?
juice.
Favorite memory from Super Bowl week last year?
Interview with Tech Nine.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite TV show or Netflix TV series?
The Cosby Show.
Mm, classic, brother. Classic.
Hmm.
I would have. Mine is Family Matters. No question.
That's my
No question
second.
about
That's
that.
my second one. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Um, favorite alcoholic drink?
I don't drink.
Favorite non-alcoholic drink?
Uh, apple juice, cranberry
I'm
juice.
with it. I'm with it. We'll
Yeah.
roll with it. We'll roll with it. Okay. Favorite sandwich?
Turkey and cheese and Swiss cheese.
Okay. Okay. If you had a choice to choose three people plus you, so a total of four, but three more people to join you on vacation, who would you choose and where would you go? Now, before you answer, Al, you can choose celebrities, friends, or family.
And go anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
We go to Cape Town, South Africa. Um,
Okay, who would you choose?
Dead or alive,
Dead or alive?
I call her my mama. We go and call my daughter up, and I wouldn't bring nobody else. I would just have all of us to connect.
I love it. I love it. I know your mom is definitely looking down on you, saying what a wonderful man this has been. That you are. No question about
Mhm.
that, bro. No question
Yeah.
about that. If you had a choice to choose three songs or three artists to listen to on repeat and never get tired of, who are the three artists or three songs that you would choose?
Whew. Um, three songs of three artists on repeat. Can it be? So I would have to have this Christian rapper named Flame. He would be on the playlist.
Okay.
Then I would have to put on there. There's this group called Old School, man. This is throwback. The Mississippi Mass Choir.
Oh,
And and if I was to get a third, it's to be another group be called Shekinah Glory.
okay.
So I would have
Okay.
to, because you gotta have, yeah, you gotta have your contemporary rap. You gotta have that. 'Cause I still like my rap. You gotta have the Mississippi Mass Choir, 'cause that bring back memories, and the old church, wood floors and all that. And then
Oh,
you gotta
yeah.
have then you gotta have the worship music. I like worship music, man. Surrender, the sound of
Absolutely.
surrender, man.
Absolutely. I'm a huge fan. I don't know if you know who this group is, but I'm a huge fan of the Soul Stirrers. It used to be
So
Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers.
okay,
And
I know
yeah,
nothing
and then
about
I'm
the soul
also
stir.
a big fan of the Blind Boys of Alabama. I don't know if you
Legendary,
okay, okay,
legendary, man.
okay, okay. So you know about that. All right, I
Hmm.
like that. If you played, what sport would you play, Al, that you would absolutely dominate in?
Right now, at 40, at my age, right now.
Yeah.
Man, shoot, I'll be a water boy, like I play the role of the water boy, man. I ain't about to dominate that. I'll be a good photographer, man. Listen, the who to shoot the best.
Okay, okay. What sport would you play back in the day that you would dominate in?
I ain't dominate nothing, man. Probably the flight simulator. I don't. Uh, my dream, not in my head, in my dreams, my imagination would be basketball.
Okay. Now, let me ask you the
Mhm.
opposite of that. What
All right,
sport would you play that you would absolutely suck in, that you just would stink? Your worst sport.
wrestling. Oh, no, 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 no. In baseball.
Okay.
Ooh
Wow.
wee, man.
Okay.
Ooh wee, man. They used to call me Scooby Doo in baseball. Hey, man, I wouldn't
Okay.
swing the bat
Well,
for nothing.
I feel you on that. Now, okay, let me ask you. Now, if you wasn't a photographer, okay,
Hmm.
and you didn't have a photographer type of background, what other occupation would you do in media and why?
So I would mess with still like I would get into writing, which am now, trying to learn, figure out a way to become a more of a blogger. But definitely like definitely social media and being able to help people with their stories,
Yeah,
magnify their story, highlight their story, get it last name high, highlight their story. Definitely be like
absolutely.
a social media manager. Um,
Okay, okay,
yeah, if that wasn't or still be a pilot. Well, I'm already working on pilot stuff, but definitely be like a commercial pilot. And that's if you ain't really,
for sure, for
fly
sure.
United Airlines, a lot of friendly skies.
I love that. Now, my last of the rapid fire, give me
Right.
four names. They could be male or female that you would like to interview um, on your podcast. It could be any four people that you would like to interview on a particular podcast or any kind of platform of interviewing that you would like to talk to.
So there's this hold on, I'll tell you that right now, 'cause I got a list. And I'll give you and then this list be growing every day.
Okay.
So one of the people that I would love to interview who has just been, because I like mixing it up, and let me make sure I get the name correct. I'm looking her up right now.
No, you good. You good. You good. You good.
This person's name is Keisha Gibson.
Okay.
I would interview so Keisha Gibson. Her testimony is like extremely powerful, and how God like saved and like dramatically came in and changed her life. And she was a prostitute, and she
Wow.
messed with powerful men all over Atlanta and all over the United States, man. And how she boldly talks about God, and and she said, "I'm not about to depend on nobody but God for my. I can't. So many words. I can't go back to where I came from and what I did
Right.
before. Like
Right.
I got to do something different." Um, and I just loving hearing people's testimony, man, about how she overcame and what she learned and what she did different, man, and what God did in her life. Like I like hearing those type of stories. So that'll be like one of the interviews that I had. The second person I want to interview, she played at the University of Tennessee,
Hmm.
and I met her when she was on the team, and then she played in the WNBA, and she's on my actually my list because I still have the picture of her, and her name is Michelle Snow. She was the center in the WNBA,
Yep.
so I would definitely want to interview her. Um, the third person that I would want to interview would be Chris Broussard. I would
Yeah.
love to interview Chris Broussard, man, and hear his origin story, man, of um, what he came through and
Absolutely.
how he got to
Absolutely.
where he is right now. The fourth person that I would want to interview is a guy. I listen to his podcast. Is I'm gonna throw Marcellus Wiley. He used to be on Speak for Yourself.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
then and
Yes.
then if you don't know me by now, I have an honorable mention. I would throw in somebody who was in Kansas City for a long time that was in the media, and that would be Jason Whitlock. I would want to be able to pick his mind. So before there was Nick Wright in Kansas City, there was a Jason Whitlock. There's
Yep.
not a, I disagree with 50% of Jason Whitlock's stuff on some things. I say, man, you crazy, you crazy. But I want to interview him because when I started liking sports, I read his columns in the Kansas City Star. And when he was a columnist in Kansas City, and he has some very and when I was trying to learn to become a better reader, I would read his articles when I got my hands on the
Right.
newspaper.
Right.
So kind of like, hey, thank you for being an example for me as a young lad growing up liking sports, telling your honest opinion about when the Chiefs suck. It's talking about putting the brown paper bag on your head at Arrowhead Stadium. Like, thank you for just calling it out.
I
So
feel that. I love that. I love that. And man, listen, this has been a really, really dope podcast, bro. Of just
yes,
me
sir.
talking to you, catching up
Yes,
with
sir.
you, hearing your why about why you do what you do, hearing about
Yes,
what
sir.
you do in
Appreciate it.
aviation, hearing about what you do with sports photography. I want you to continue to kill it, bro, out there in Kansas City. Best believe I will be making my way out there as I'm going to make
Come
my
on.
way around the U.S. Obviously, I wanted to end it on this note because I wanted to update you about myself. So
Yes, sir.
I know obviously there's a lot of people that have been following me and that heard the story of what happened to me as
Hmm.
far as getting sick. So 2 weeks after I got back from the Super Bowl, I could not sit down on my right side. And for a long,
Mm.
and I had to go to 911. I called 911 and I found out that I had a septic wound that was infected in my blood,
Wow.
and almost died. Had to go on dialysis. Had to. I was out cold, brother. I mean, when I was out cold, I was in dreamland. It was some of the best sleep possibly I've ever gotten in my life, but I was in dreamland. And I didn't know if
Mm.
I was coming back. My mom ended up showing up out of the blue. I was in the hospital for 10 weeks. Um, it was really rough. It was a rough time, and I was living in Minnesota at the time, and I was in Sioux Falls, and I just was like, man, this is not how I want to go out. I got too many
Yeah.
loved ones and too many things that I got to do, and I got
Hmm.
too much stuff that I want to do, and too many people I love, and too many people. I just don't want to leave the world like this. I was just saying, Lord, if there's something that I need to do, use me as a vessel. Whatever I'm
Yeah.
not doing, let me do it.
Yeah.
It turned out to be diabetes, and it
Mm.
turned out to be something that was just a killer thing, and I had to kind of change my life. I had to cut out a lot of sugary stuff, which pretty much the sugary drinks are now gone. I don't do that
Yeah.
no more. Even if I do drink caffeinated drinks, there's zero sugar, so I don't do any sugary drinks anymore like that. I had to cut out certain breads, I had to cut out certain carbs, and I lost 61 pounds in the
Come on, man.
process.
I love it.
And it was such a touch and go time, and a lot of loved
Mm.
ones, a lot of family. My mom was great. She stayed with me in the hospital for 6 weeks. Don't know how she did it, but she was just one of the strongest people I ever known. My dad
Mm.
ended up allowing me to come to New York. That's why I'm here now,
Okay.
and definitely doing my thing here. But that was the catch up part, and now for me to come a full year from that happening to now to this point, of now getting back into the sports field and getting back into certain things.
Yeah.
God is definitely good, no question about that. But that is what's transpired for this entire year. A lot of
My
a
goodness.
turbulent 2025, but the
Yeah.
2026 year started off so good and so blessed, and I'm happy
Come
to
on, man.
lose the weight.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get back into the gym, which I finally just got cleared to start lifting weights this past week.
Yeah.
So next week will be my first week back into the gym to be able to do my thing. So I wanted to catch you up on that, and that's what's been
I
going on
appreciate
with
that.
me. No doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt, no
Man,
doubt.
God is good, man. I've been thinking about that, man, because I was like, man, Lord, said prayer for you, man, and um, continue to pray for your healing, Father God. Thank you for Chris. Thank you for this podcast, Father God. Thank you for the souls he's about to reach, Father God. Thank you for this platform to honor you, my Father God, and that you get all the glory,
Absolutely.
Father God. Thank you
Yes,
for his
indeed.
health. Thank you for his mom, his dad, his relatives, Father God. Keep him
Hmm.
in good health, Father God. Give him wisdom on what to eat and what not to eat, Father God. Give him, my
Yep.
brother, wisdom on where to move and how to move, Father God. And we
Yep.
give you thanks for this right now in your name. Amen.
Amen. Al, I want you to enjoy the rest of your week, especially the rest of your Monday night. And
Appreciate
you
that.
and I will most certainly stay in touch. I got your
Yes,
contact,
sir.
you got mine. Don't be a
Yes, sir.
stranger. Keep killing
Yes,
it
sir.
out there in Kansas City. I'm gonna keep doing my thing in the rock.
Keep doing your
You
thing in
and
the rock.
I,
Yes, sir.
you and I will most certainly be in touch. You let me know when I can bless your podcast too. I
Yes,
appreciate you
sir.
blessing mine for sure, man.
Yes, man. Yes, sir. Yes,
No
sir.
doubt, no doubt. Peace.
Salute.